All right, folks, this is Harris Sultan, and what we've been fearing for a very long time is now becoming a reality. What was just some background noise, some rowdy students acting out at university campuses, they can now influence the world's most powerful man, i.e. the US president. Yes, the Islamist and blue-haired wokies can now influence US foreign policy. I'm sure by now you would have heard of the US's decision not to veto calls for a ceasefire in Gaza. Until now, the US was the only country that had been consistently vetoing resolutions for a ceasefire in Gaza. We've been hearing reports of tension simmering between Netanyahu and Biden behind closed doors. Just last week, Senate leader Chuck Schumer begged the Israeli public to vote out Benjamin Netanyahu.
At this critical juncture, I believe a new election is the only way to allow for a healthy and open decision-making process about the future of Israel, at a time when so many Israelis have lost their confidence in the vision and direction of their government.
Now, I'm not a fan of Netanyahu. If he goes, he goes. I don't care. But how is that fair that a senator who should be focusing on his local politics is directly meddling in the affairs of a foreign democracy? Now, I know the US gets involved in these regime change operations from time to time, but this is outrageous, even by US standards. This is direct meddling in the affairs of a foreign democracy. This is the reason why foreign governments actually don't say that, oh, I prefer this candidate over that candidate, because you can inadvertently impact the democratic process. But instead of condemning Chuck Schumer's comment, President Biden said he's a smart man. So why is Biden doing that? Why has he so quickly turned against Israel? Is it because there is a genocide taking place in Israel? Is it because the number of civilian casualties is becoming unbearable? Now, obviously, I don't minimize the suffering of the Palestinian people. Ever since the civilian casualties hit 5,000, I've been showing my concerns and sympathies with the Palestinian people. But I know that Israel's purpose is not to maximize civilian casualties. It's counterproductive for Israel. This is exactly the reason why Israel would actually not want to increase civilian casualties. And this is why Israel does more than any other army in the world to minimize civilian casualties, because of international pressure. So again, why has Biden turned against Israel? What changed? It can't be the civilian casualties, because civilian casualties have not gone up significantly since the last time the US veto calls for a ceasefire. There's one more factor. We know Biden is trailing behind Trump, and I don't think there's any chance for Biden to get reelected. So this is his last-ditch effort to muster up any votes from the left he can. This all comes down to petty local politics. Biden is trying to win over the Muslim votes of Dearborn, Michigan. Now, I'm not an expert in US politics, but I looked it up. Dearborn is in Wayne County. Michigan is a swing state. Wayne County has 16 electoral votes, and they are considered very significant. So it is absolutely critical for Biden to appease the Muslim voters of Dearborn, Michigan. Is it going to work? I don't think so, because as far as Muslims are concerned, they're not going to vote for the Democrats. There is strong resentment in Muslim communities towards the Democrats. They feel that Biden enabled this genocide in Gaza, and it's too little too late. So Muslims are not going to vote for Biden. They're not going to vote for Trump. They're going to sit this one out. And as a result, Trump, who is already leading by a long distance, going to win. But this is so petty that imagine in 2001, Tony Blair answered George W. Bush's call and said, look, sorry, I can't join your alliance. We have to abandon our alliance despite you being attacked by these beardos from the Middle East. I have a significant Muslim population and I need to win their votes next year. So, sorry guys, internal petty politics could have destroyed one of the longest and most significant military alliances in the Western world. But things were actually simpler back then. Yes, there was a significant Muslim population in the UK, but not as significant as now. Moreover, early Islamist propagandists were not as sophisticated as they are today. Today's Islamist propagandists understand Western culture. They speak in British and American accents. They know how to reach out to wider Western audience, and they know how to sway their opinions. This is a very scary thought. Just imagine it can come down to a key swing state, and that swing state can dictate US's foreign policy. If this isn't a wake-up call to do something about these people who hold no love for the US or the West at large, then I don't know what is. Those guys are not loyal to America. For them, it's Islam first. That's it. They don't care about US's interests. They don't care about US's foreign policy. They don't care about anything but themselves. Now, what should Israel do? Despite doing everything it can to minimize civilian casualties, Israel is still the bad guy. Israel is not going to get any brownie points in the court of public opinion. That's not going to happen. So may as well just go and finish the job. I think Israel should keep doing everything it can to minimize civilian casualties. I think Israel should have a strong plan to relocate the civilian population from Rafah up to northern Gaza, and then go all guns blazing and destroy Hamas as much as it can. Some people are saying there's still some fighting going on in northern Gaza. There's still some Hamas presence there. Be that as it may, Hamas has also lost over 10,000 fighters, so it is obviously significantly weakened. So I think Israel should keep doing what it's been doing. So I hope Israel should go into Rafah and destroy the last remnants of Hamas as much as it can. And despite Biden withdrawing his support for Israel, I don't think it should have any major impact. So I hope you liked today's video. And if you'd like me to continue making videos like these, then you can be my patron by going to patreon.com/Harus Sultan. Or you can buy me a coffee. Your support is paramount to my work. Until next time, ta-da. If you'd like to support my work, you can become my patron by going to patreon.com/Harus Sultan, or you can simply buy me a coffee.